Hey there, YouTubers, another unboxing video. So I bought two different motherboards off this guy off eBay. Says they were new and they were open box. Basically, they took one part out that I don't necessarily need to do, I guess, to give a different customer. So for my purposes, making videos with these, I'm basically going to not only do this unboxing. We'll look at the features of this motherboard, and then later I'll probably do an installation video, minus the part that's missing. We will probably install a 9th gen chip. We will see if this motherboard will take it without getting a BIOS update. And if it does, then we will actually do the BIOS update. Make another video for that. If it doesn't work with the 9th gen chip, then we'll put an 8th gen chip in there and get it working. So enough of that. Let's get it open. And I believe this is MSI motherboard. I do a lot of Gigabyte and MSI. I think MSI's got some of the best directions that there are for motherboards. So, and of course, hey, there's my address. All right, so I remember to delete that. All right, so this is the MSI H370M Bazooka, and this has the H370 chipset. So this should be overclockable because of the 370. 370s, 390s, overclockable. And this is for 8th and with probably a BIOS update, 9th gen. Allows you to use Intel Optane memory, which we have some of that here. Can't say that I'm super impressed with it. Especially if you are going to have to give up an SSD slot to use the Intel memory. But if you're able to, if you have more than one slot, it does seem like it could help. All right, so let's get in there. And you can tell the seal's been broken. All right, so this things I like about this motherboard we will get into and why I selected it. Let's see what else is in the box first. All right, so two new SATA cables. And these are actual MSI, so that's good. We're missing the thermal shield. It does come with the disc, and there's another sticker to put on the outside of our case. Now, the manual looks like it's actually been open and read, so that kind of scares me. So this might not be totally new. You can basically see the indentation there. Like I said, these are some of the best instructions that you're going to find. This quick reference, not that I follow it step by step because I like to do things my way, but this is really good instructions, folks. Some of the other guys, it's a shame they do not do their instructions like this. Anything different that I do is I put the CPU fan in later. If it's I say later. If it's one of these guys, I'll wait till the end. Just one more thing that gets in the freaking way while you're doing your installation. Now, if it's one of the real CPU coolers, monster tower type things, you don't have a choice because you got to put it in. You got to connect it from underneath, and it basically attaches the motherboard. So, and it's connected from the underside. So because of that, you don't have a choice. But in this case, the computer this is going to be done with, we'll use that Intel fan, and it'll be done afterwards. And then as well as the RAM, I'll put that in later too. So what do I like to actually start with when I do it? I hate these cables. These are usually the first ones that go in. And honestly, I wish I should start putting them in before I even put the motherboard in the case, just because they're such a pain in the ass. They're small. Why they couldn't make a big block of these and just make it easy, put in there is another story. But yeah, so there's the quick instructions. Now this book here is really good. I can tell you that much from all the other ones I've done. Following along here, this is definitely good for newbies. And all right, so let's put this stuff back and then get our motherboard out. Now, it's always a good idea to have your electrostat gear on, especially if it's wintertime. It's summer, and I'm not going to be as cautious. All right, so this the only thing I wish this was, to be honest with you, was ATX. So we got mini ATX, micro ATX, mini ATX, whatever you want to call it, and this is a little tighter to work on. Case we're going to put it in is a mini tower, so it'll work, you know. But I'm not honestly a big fan of this size. So, but let's talk about things I noticed. Obviously, this is where your Intel 8th gen or 9th gen chip is going to go, and you know, this is one thing that we should probably discuss. Make sure I don't miss some things here. So this is, like I said, the H370 chipset, and this will, you know, I said 8th gen, 9th gen. So for 8th gen, you got the Pentium chips and the Celerons and the Intel Core. So your i3, i5s, i7s, and possibly the i9 might work with this. CPU socket would be the LGA 1151. Obviously, there's a plastic cover protecting that. And you've got one PCI 3.0 by 16 slot there. And this doesn't have the little doodad to reach in there and unclip it like they normally do. But this one is, you know, not going to get a super big video card in here. So another reason to, when you're building these things, ATX is what I like. All right, so we've got 4 DDR4 slots for RAM, and most likely this is good for up to 64 gigabytes. So you could have a 16 gig stick in each spot, and it's up to 2666 megahertz. Now, what else do we have? We have 4 SATA 3 connectors. Then this should be our USB 3.0 for the computer case. Here's your 24-pin connector for the power that will come in. That's your ATX power coming from your power supply. Now, over here we have our CPU power. So you'll have the 2 4-pins coming together, and I have to push those in there and put them together to make that work. What else do we have? We've got a system fan here. This is the CPU fan. So I like to tell everybody how many systems fans there are. And it gets kind of difficult sometimes. There should be hopefully a second system fan, folks, but as of right now I see 1. So that is kind of a bummer. So I'm going to say one CPU fan, 1 system fan. Hard to believe. Over here we'll have our audio connector. So, all right, that's really not super exciting. Our SSD, we will install an SSD in this. Here's one more system fan. So 2 system fans, 1 CPU fan, okay? And I'm gonna, in a moment, I'll do a kind of a flyover of this. But NVMe Gen 3, most likely. And basically it says Turbo M2, so Gen 3 by 4. And Turbo is supposedly up to 32 gigabytes per second. Alright, so let's look at this side. What do we have here? We have your old PS2 mouse port and keyboard type port. DVI dual port here. HDMI. Then we've got Ethernet. We've got USB 2.0, 2 of those here. Then you got the 3.0 or 3.1 Gen 1, sorry. Type C, that's awesome. So this does have some bonus stuff, and then another USB 3.1 type A, or Gen 1 type A. Then we've got a line in, line out, and a microphone there. So good features on this. Let me take this off so we can get up close to the motherboard. All right, and I'm going to switch over to 120 degrees so you guys can see this thing up close and personal. And if you're out there, you can subscribe this to the channel. There's your M2 connector, so you could put different sizes in there. Then you've got the other, the smaller PCI Express slots that are. I really never use those. I do use the longer one because you can use those connectors for a additional SSD. So there's your SATAs, and let me pause this. I'm going to get some more light. I don't think we have enough light. All right, so trying to do this so you can see it. And of course, every time I do, we cast a shadow. So I just need more lights. I actually need to use this in my videos for intro. My cool graphics. You guys like my graphics out there? If anybody actually is listening at this point, I make all that shit myself. And if you need graphics for your page, look me up. I can do some stuff for you. Of course, it ain't gonna be for free, but I'm not. I won't charge you a whole lot either. Probably cheaper than you're gonna find other places. So I do my own 3D CAD modeling, and a lot of those the 3D text on there is something I modeled in CAD software and dragged it into animation or special effects software to do. So, all right. Well, at the end of this, I will take photos of the at least the one instruction manual, the quick one, so you all can see it. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe.